Namaste, Jackie. We're going to do a little yoga practice together. So please take a moment to get yourself set up. If you have a yoga mat, you can set that out on the floor. And if you don't have a yoga mat, you just need enough room that you can lie down and have enough room to stretch your arms up over your head when you're lying down. And then I suggest that you close the door and turn off your devices and give yourself the next 30 or 40 minutes to do some practice, some self-care. And we'll do some nice slow movement and some deep breathing. So we're going to begin today lying on our back, so you can start there. And when you come to lie down, check the space. So make sure you have enough room to stretch out so you can reach your arms up over your head. And you might just take a moment to stretch your arms and wiggle your fingers and get a sense of how it feels, your shoulders, your upper back. Give them a little stretch, and then you can bring your arms down. You might push your elbows down to tuck your shoulder blades under. And then draw your knees up into your chest and check out your low back by doing a little rocking and swaying here. So whatever movement feels helpful for you. So that might be rocking side to side. It might be making circles with your knees. And you might notice how are you holding onto your legs, and if you maybe held on behind your knees, would that let your shoulders relax a little bit? So if you're lifting your head and your shoulders up to grab your legs, maybe try to let the shoulders get softer. And then do some rotations of your ankles, rotations of your wrists. Start to notice those joints, get them warmed up a little bit. And then you can place the feet back down on the floor. Keep your knees bent for now. And you can rest your legs. And you may like having the feet a little bit apart and your knees touching. Many people find that helpful. And start with your hands on your belly here. And you might even close the eyes. We're going to start to take some slower, deeper breath. So as you inhale through your nose, feel your chest expand. And as you exhale through your nose, as the breath moves out, hug your belly in where your hands are touching. And you might push the back of your ribs into the floor to help with that engagement. And again, inhale, breathe into your chest. Exhale as the breath moves out, hug your belly in. Now you can keep your eyes closed if you like, or let them open. And on this inhale, lift your arms up over your head all the way back to the floor behind you. So maybe the backs of your hands touch the floor. And on your exhale, lower your arms down by your sides, hug your belly in. Slow movement, slow breath. So take the whole inhale to lift your arms over your head, and you can spread your fingers and reach a little bit. And the whole exhale to bring your arms down, pull your belly in. I'm going to do one more round. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your arms down. And then pause here, walk your feet in a little bit closer and lift just your right leg up toward the ceiling. We're going to try to wake up the right side a little bit. So inhale, extend your right leg up toward the ceiling. So flex the foot, push your heel up, spread your toes. And on your exhale, bend your knee. You might draw the knee a little closer to your chest. And then inhale, this time as you extend the leg, lift your arm, right arm up over your head. So just the right side we're exploring here. And exhale, bend the knee, lower your arm. Same again, right side, right leg, right arm, inhale. Bend the knee, lower your arm, exhale, and then we're going to hold that side. So inhale, right leg, right arm, inhale, inhale, inhale. As you exhale, just keep the leg up, but soften the knee and soften your elbow a little bit. Hug your belly in. And on your inhale, lengthen back out. Push your heel up, lengthen your arm. And do that one more time. Exhale, softening the knee, softening the elbow. And inhale, find a little more length. And then please exhale both your arm down by your side and bring your foot back down, your right foot back down to the floor. And take one breath to just notice the two sides. And then inhale, pick up your left foot. Hold on your exhale, and we're going to extend that leg up on the inhale. So push your heel up, spread your toes. And then just bend your left knee on the exhale. You might, again, draw your knee a little closer to your hip. And then this time, add your left arm. So left leg, left arm, extend. And then exhale, bend your knee, lower your arm, pull your belly in. And again, inhale, lift. What do you notice here? On the left side, left knee maybe. Exhale down. Next one will stay there. So inhale, lift your left leg, left arm. On the exhale, stay, bend your elbow, bend your knee a little bit, and then inhale, get longer. Again, exhale. And breathing as slowly as you can. Lengthen on the inhale. And then exhale, bend your knee, lower your arm. Lower your foot to the floor and take one breath. And then we're going to do that with both arms and both legs. So draw both knees up into your chest. And on the in-breath, lengthen both legs, both arms up. And if you find it helpful to widen your feet a little bit, that's fine. Exhale, bend your knees, lower your arms. Slow breath, slow movement. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down. So feel free to breathe at your own pace. You want to let your breath guide your movement, not mine. So we're going to hold. So inhale up. Big inhale. And when you feel ready to exhale, stay, but soften your elbows, soften your knees, and hug your belly in. And on the inhale, lengthen back out. And again, exhale, soften, belly in. Inhale, reach. And this exhale, you can bend your knees and lower your arms and place your feet down on the floor. And then we're going to stretch the legs all the way out on the floor. Stretch them out flat. And when you get your legs down, flex your feet. So push through your heels and spread your toes so you feel the quadriceps engaged. And then similar with the arms, we're going to inhale the arms all the way up over the head. Keep flexing your feet, everything long here. And when you get to the exhale, as you bring your arms down, draw your right knee into your chest and give it a hug with your hands. See how that feels for your hip. On the inhale, bring that leg all the way back down to the floor and lift both arms up over your head. And on your exhale, bring your left knee into your chest, give it a hug. And we're going slow. Inhale, stretch back out, flex your feet, spread your fingers. Now this time, try both knees at the same time. So exhale both knees into your chest. See how that felt for your back. And we're going to stretch back out. So if your low back is a little tender and this feels not so good for you, just slide your heels down your mat as you stretch out. And the whole sequence one more time. So right knee in on the exhale. Stretch out on the inhale. Left knee in on the exhale. Stretch out on the inhale. And then one more time, both knees into your chest on the exhale. Big inhale to stretch back out, and feel free to slide your heels down the mat if that feels like a little much for you. And then exhale just your right knee in again, and we're going to do a little different movement here. So inhale, so the right knee is to your chest, and inhale your right knee out to the side, to the right side. And then exhale, draw that right knee across your body into a little twist. Try to move with your leg and your belly. Don't pull with your arm. And inhale back to the center and extend that leg toward the ceiling. Flex both feet. And on the exhale, bend the knee, pull it in to your chest, and then stretch back out on your inhale. Arms over your head, leg down. And before we do the other side, both knees in on the exhale. Stretch out on your inhale. Again, feel free to slide your heels down the mat if it hurts your back. And then left knee on the exhale, pull it into your chest. Give it a little hug with your hands. And then inhale, open the left knee out to the left side. Exhale it across your body, little twist, but don't pull with your hand. Inhale back to the center and extend that leg toward the ceiling. Flex both feet. Exhale, bend the knee, give it a hug. Stretch that leg down to the floor. On the inhale, stretch both arms over your head. And one more time, exhale both knees into your chest. And just stay there. And you can rock a little bit. And then we're going to just roll over to our side and come to hands and knees. So please roll over to your side. Use your hands to push yourself up. And we're going to come to all fours here. And if you find it helpful to pad your knees when you come to hands and knees, grab a blanket or a towel or something to take care of your knees. I like a blanket myself. And we're going to come to the tabletop position. So let your hands stack up underneath your shoulders, and your hips are going to be right over your knees. So the joints are lined up here. And then same type of breathing. Inhale, lift your chest, your eyes. Exhale, belly in. As you round back, come back to child's pose. Lower your elbows down, fold your hips back, bow your head down. And then glide back up on your inhale to tabletop. Now this time, one more, we're going to exhale back. See if you can just notice your low back. Get a little stretch there. Inhale up. So the next round, we're going to add a leg lift. We're going to lift opposite arm and leg on the inhale. So we'll exhale back to child's pose. And when you inhale, lift right leg behind you and left arm forward. And you can just look down at the floor so your neck stays even. And then exhale, put your hand and your knee down smoothly and fold back to child's pose slowly. And then left leg, right arm on your inhale. Exhale back down on your exhale. Fold back. And then each side one more time, right leg, left arm. Exhale, fold back. And then left leg, right arm on your inhale. So do the other side. Exhale. So come up on your inhale to tabletop. We're going to take the right leg back, and you can let the toes of that foot touch the floor and maybe push back so you feel that heel calf get a little stretch. And then inhale your left arm forward while your foot's on the floor. Hold in place on your exhale, pull your belly in, and when you get to the inhale, lift your right foot. And what we're going to do on the exhale is tuck the elbow and the knee to the center. So you're going to round your back and tuck your elbow and your knee in. And on the inhale, we're going to extend back out. How long can you get? How slow can you go? Exhale, tuck. Slow inhale to lengthen back out. One more, exhale, tuck. Slow inhale to lengthen back out. And on the exhale, put your hand and your knee down. Fold back to child's pose, and if you'd like to give your right wrist a little shake, you can. And then inhale up to tabletop. Take your left leg back, put your toes on the floor, push back into that calf and heel. And then while your foot's on the floor, inhale your right arm forward and look down at the mat. Hold in place on your exhale, pull your belly in, and when you get to the inhale, as you lengthen that arm, let the left foot lift up. And then as you exhale, hug your belly in as you round the back and tuck your left elbow and your right knee toward each other. And then slowly inhale back out. So we'll do two more, and you see how slowly you can move. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Tucking in the belly. Inhale, 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 getting long. Still looking at the floor. Exhale. It'll help your balance, and it'll keep your neck even. Inhale back out. Now, when you get to the exhale, you can put everything down, your hand and your knee, and fold back to child's pose. Again, maybe a little movement in your wrist is helpful. And then inhale up to tabletop. One time, exhale back to child's pose. So really rounding back, hugging in the belly. And then inhale up to all fours. Spread your fingers a little wider, and we're going to push up to downward dog. It may feel nice to stretch out your back after those movements. So start by pedaling out your legs a little bit. Or you may find it kind of nice to bend both knees and really push down through the hands so the hips can lift up. See what you like, what you feel. Keep some awareness on your breath. And then gently begin to make your way up to standing. And when you come up, you can take the padding out of the way if you had something under your knees there. And once you've come up onto your feet, you can just give everything a little jiggle and shake and stand up nice and tall. Get a sense of how it feels to stand on your feet. Okay, and we're going to stand with the feet hip width apart, so the joints are lined up here as well, so your hips are over your knees and your knees are over your heels. And we're going to step the right foot comfortably forward into the warrior one stance. So right foot forward, left foot is going to go back, and the left foot's over in line with the left hip, so the back can turn comfortably. And then take a test bend in your front knee, and we want that front knee right over the heel on the bend. So you decide how much bend you want to, how much distance you want to have between your feet. And then exhale, you might touch your belly on the, as you extend the leg to get a little sense of that drawing in. Do it again. Inhale, bend your knee. Exhale, belly in. Okay, so we're going to inhale the arms up over our head as we come into the pose this time. So you could have them a little bit wide if you like. And remembering your slow breath, exhale, straighten the leg, lower your arms. Inhale, bend your knee, lift your arms. No rushing at all. And exhale. One more repetition like that. Inhale. And exhale. And then I'm going to give you an option to do something a little more challenging with that movement, and that is to roll up onto the toes of the back foot. So you're in a lunge here. And if that's too much for you, just keep that back foot flat and same movement. So we'll bend the knee, lift the arms. Now the balance is a little more challenged here, so you may find it's better to keep your eyes down on the floor. And then exhale, extend the leg, lower your arms. So again, the back foot can be lifted, or heel can be lifted, or you can have it down. Inhale. Exhale. And the next one, we're going to hold the pose. So again, feel free to keep that foot flat, or come on up into, we call this crescent lunge. Inhale. Now on the exhale, just soften your elbows and pull your belly in. Remember what we did on our back at the beginning? And on your inhale, get a little more lift, a little more length. And again, exhale. Inhale, lengthen your arms. One more breath holding, don't grip your toes. Exhale. One more inhale. And then you can lower your arms and just step your feet together. And take a moment to move, especially your right leg. So you can swing your right leg. Maybe holding onto a chair or a wall helps you with that. Do the left leg too. And then just a little swinging this way. So we're going to step the feet out about shoulder width apart, and we're going to do the empty coat sleeves swinging movement. You can turn your head, you can let your arms wrap around and tap your back. You can lift the back heel up so you get a little movement in your hips. And then come to standing, just mountain pose, Tadasana. Stand tall. Check out what you feel in your body after those movements. So we did the warrior sequence on one side. We haven't done it on the other side yet. So you may notice some differences in the two sides of your body. All right, open your eyes if you had them closed, and we'll do the other side. So still with the feet hip width apart. We're going to step the left foot forward so it's right in front of the left hip, the right foot back so it's in line with the right hip, and the back foot is turned out at a bit of an angle. And then a test bend here. On your inhale, you want that front knee over your heel, so you can step your feet wider if you like. On the exhale, you can extend the leg and touch your belly, get that hugging in. Do that one more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. So first 3 breaths, we'll just lift the arms up on the inhale. So bend the knee, inhale up. Now you can notice that there's a back bend here. Do you feel that? As you exhale, lower your arms, extend the leg. If you like it, it's fine. If it feels okay for your back. If you don't like that back bend, if it bothers your back, let your chest lean forward just a little bit as you come up, and it'll take a little bit of that curve out of your back. Exhale down. It may feel a great bit, a lot more comfortable for you. One more repetition. Inhale. Again, feel free to lean forward just a little bit. Exhale. And then we'll try the version where we come up onto the toes of the back foot like you're in a lunge. And again, if it feels like too much to do that, just keep that foot flat. So bend your knee, inhale, lift. Exhale, and again, looking forward, looking at the floor in this version may feel better, so you get a little more help with your balance. Lifting your eyes here may be more challenging. Exhale, extend the leg, lower your arms, belly in. And this one we're going to hold the pose, so inhale, bend the knee, lift your arms. And on the exhale, we're hugging in the belly and just softening the elbows a little bit. And on the inhale, lift your arms, feel your whole side body lengthen. Keep the back leg strong. Exhale, even if your heel is lifted. Inhale. And when you get to the exhale, go ahead, lower your arms down. Carefully step your feet together. Do a little wiggle jiggle, and then you want to see if you can swing that right hip and then left hip. And then step your feet wide and some empty coat sleeves swinging. Letting out some sighs, or my favorite sound, some horse lips. Help you release a little bit. And then just shake everything off if you haven't quite shaken it off with your swinging. And then again, a pause. So stand tall, may like rolling your palms open. And check in, see what you notice. So how do you feel on the two sides of your body? Maybe a little more balanced, maybe not. And then let your eyes open, and we're going to do a movement where we're going to stand on one foot, and we'll be working still opposite sides of the body. So we've done a few movements where we're lifting opposite sides of the body. So we're going to stand on the right foot and letting so we're going to use the right hand as if we're going to lift the left knee with the right hand, like there's a string attached here. So on your inhale, lift your left knee and your right arm as if they're attached. So when you lift your arm, it pulls your knee up. And see how smoothly you can lower everything down. So your hand and your foot pretty much touch at the same time. As your hand touches your leg, your foot touches the floor. So inhale, lift. Get as tall as you can, and then smooth exhale to come down. So if your mat is a little squishy, you may find it easier to step off the mat onto the floor if you're feeling a little wobbly today. Looking at the floor makes this easier. Looking at the ceiling makes this harder. Exhale down. The next one, we're going to hold that side. So inhale, right arm, left leg again. As you hold on the exhale, pull your belly in, and you may just stay here, or you could take your right hand down and hold on to the back of that leg, maybe one or both hands there for a little support. Lift your chest. And then if that's not enough for you, you can try to extend that leg out in front of you, or take your arms out to the side. Don't forget to breathe. And then exhale, lower that arm down, get the weight off of that standing leg. Shift the weight side to side. You can jiggle things. Shake it off a little bit. And then again, a moment to pause. So quite a bit of different work in the two legs. Your standing leg was working hard. So notice. And if you've tensed up your jaw or your mouth or your shoulders kind of shrugged up, let that go. And then let your eyes open if you had them closed. So this time we're going to be standing on the left foot and using that left arm to lift the right knee. So inhale, left arm, right knee. Smooth exhale to come down so that everything touches right at the same time. So with as much control as you can. So the higher you lift your knee, the more challenging this is. So if your foot only comes a tiny bit up off the floor, fine. Exhale, work with where you are at this moment today. So I've had an injury in my right foot, so this is challenging on this side. So see what you're noticing. Exhale. And the next one we're going to hold that side. So inhale. Just stay on the exhale and see what's working. And then if you like, you can take the raised hand down and hold on to the back of that leg with one or both hands. And that may be interesting. Just stay there. And then you can extend that leg if you like. Things may be shaking. You can take your arms out if you want. I'll hold on to my tree. And then on an exhale, come down with control and shake everything out. So let everything jiggle, shake, and then there's this shaking movement. It's called rebounding. So the heels just come up off the floor and you kind of bounce up and down on your heels, and it's really helpful to make a little sound. You want things to be jiggling here. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. And just let go a little bit. Shake things. And then we're going to pause again and notice, but before we do that, we're going to lie back down on the floor. So take a moment to transition back down onto your mat. You may feel good after those movements. You may like bringing your knees into your chest and giving yourself a little hug again. So rocking on your back, swaying side to side, circling the knees. And if you remember at the beginning, we were noticing, the shoulders here. So if I just slide my hands around the backs of my knees, then my shoulders can get down and my neck gets a little softer. And then lower your feet to the floor. Let your legs rest. So if it's nice for you, you can have your feet a little bit apart and your knees touching. And then wrap your hands around your shoulders and give yourself a hug. Pat yourself on the back. Say, good job. I'm so happy to be here with you. Thank you for coming to yoga with me. And then switch the way you're crossing your arms. Say some other kind things to yourself. Let your hands come down by your sides. And we're just going to let the hips move in a symmetrical way here. So we did some things that were quite asymmetrical on one leg and the other. So if you can bring your feet in hip width apart, we're going to do a few repetitions of the bridge pose. So hands, palms down by your sides, and look up so your neck is even. And as you inhale the next time, lift your hips up off of the floor. And let the exhale bring you down, maybe one vertebra at a time. Hugging in the belly. And then just a couple more like that. So slow inhale. Lift your chest, look up. Exhale down with as much control as you can. And the next round, I'm going to give you the option to stay for a couple of breaths. You can inhale up. And if you like, you can exhale right down. That's fine. Or if you want to stay for a couple of breaths. Sometimes I like to bend my elbows and push the elbows down and tuck the shoulder blades under. And then when you get to an exhale, just gently come back down. And it may feel nice to hug your knees into your chest one more time. Maybe circling the ankles. That may feel really nice after the lunges, things, standing on one foot. And then putting your feet back down, take a moment to let your legs rest, and your feet can be wide again if you like. And maybe resting your hands on your belly or maybe palms open by your sides. We'll begin to settle for the relaxation part of our practice. So just scanning your body from your head down to your hips. So keep your knees bent for now. So can you soften your neck or your shoulders? And are your arms comfortable? Do you want to situate them in a different place? Are they comfortable? And then feeling the support of the floor underneath your rib cage, your hips. See how your low back feels. And you may find that it's nice for you to just relax this way with your knees bent. Or if you like lying flat, you can stretch your legs out flat, or you could place something under your knees so that there's a little bend in the knees, like a pillow or your blanket, or maybe even resting the legs up in a chair can be really helpful. So find the place for your legs that's comfortable for your hips and your low back. We're going to take a couple of breaths with a sigh to let go a little bit more. So please, wherever you are in your breath cycle, inhale, sigh. One more. Inhale, sigh. So just give yourself permission to rest now. Be comfortable. If you like putting a little extra clothing on or putting a blanket on top of you, get comfortable, get settled so you can take the next 5 or 10 minutes to rest. So as we close, I'll say my closing message. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at ease. May we all be safe. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. And may we all live with ease. May we all live in peace. So please allow yourself a few minutes to rest here. So I suggest 5 or even 10 minutes. And if you feel like you just really need to hop right up off the floor, try staying for 12 breaths. Just get in the habit of trying to learn to be still for a little bit. I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.